And now it's time for AGDQ 2022 Online.
Woo!
Whoop, whoop. Throughout this week, we'll be raising money to benefit the Prevent Cancer Foundation, a fantastic charity centered around cancer prevention, research, and education. I'm Jay Hobbs, and I'm joined by Kizaron, Kung Fu Fruit Cup, Feasel, looking cozy by the fireside, and Spike Vegeta to quickly break down the schedule for all of you at home and talk about some of the runs that you can catch this week. So, anything from the schedule jumping out at anyone?
Well, Hobbs, you know what really butters my bread? The Tuesday night horror block. I got a good one here for you. Let's talk about Eternal Darkness. This GameCube classic is beloved by all who have played it, and they've also been quite terrified by it. But speaking about this game as a speedrun, this game has actually plummeted in time over the last few months with tons of new glitches and skips found for it, bringing it from a relatively glitchless state all the way below 90 minutes by the world record holder and GDQ runner of the game, Pandora. Wow. One of the scariest horror games of all time gets its shot Tuesday night.
You want to talk about scary? Let me tell you about Darkman from the Awful block. Neitzel's going to give us over 10 minutes of janky rope swinging, color combinations that are going to make artists cry, and jumping over moving motorcycles. As far as best runs of the marathon go, though, this is my dark horse pick.
Oh, jeez.
What?
Every time.
Anyway, Kung Fu, do you want to tell us what stands out to you?
Well, we have a handful of co-op games happening this
Love
week.
co-op runs.
Yes. I think it's important to mention a little game called Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix HD.
Oh, yeah.
This is us.
Ever heard of that?
Yeah.
So this is a co-op randomizer race happening this Thursday evening between two teams. We have Violin and Rose Curel on one team, and the other team is two people who don't worry about.
Nah.
Come on.
What? You must know.
Just kidding. These two right here, Hobbs and Spike, they're gonna do great. Now, this has become a staple among other big randomizers you could see happening with this demand for quick planning and thinking while both teams have to work to find their tools and then beat Xemnas individually before the other team can finish first. So this is going to be wild.
Yeah.
But I'd also like to mention a little game called GeoGuessr is back.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be gross.
Yeah. Now, we got to see Havard at this past SGDQ, but now Jan Mumrick will be joining them to work together in a worldwide experience. Now, we're going to see a true partnership as one has to stay on Street View and then explain their surroundings to the second player to then narrow down where they are in hopes that they can get to the max possible score of 25,000 points. So I'm pumped to see these two race around the world this Wednesday afternoon.
Hey, and speaking of races, you know, we love to highlight races in the pre-show because they always bring with them an energetic atmosphere. And the one I want to talk about also brings with it a literal atmosphere.
Oh, man.
That's right. It's Super Mario Galaxy.
Yes, dude. Thank you.
4 of the best runners in the world will be jumping, spinning, and wahooing their way through Luigi's campaign in just about 2.5 hours. Mr. Cloud Kirby, I'm Jay, Hardcore Gaming, and Tibbs are going to race on Monday evening. And if nothing else, make sure to tune in for my favorite butt-bouncing skit in Freeze Flame 2. Trust me, it'll be a good time.
Amazing sounding race, Hobbs. Definitely the hypest of the week. Now, speaking of going fast, let's switch gears into overdrive and talk about Sonic Adventure DX.
Yeah.
The Sonic story playthrough in just over 30 minutes will constantly wow us with its breakneck speeds, ridiculous over-the-top physics engine, and AF Wagers will show off their skills in one of the most pulse-pounding 3D platforming speed games of all time.
Speaking of pulse-pounding speed games, we've learned throughout these events that sometimes games that are very casual that you don't expect you can go quick in, you can go quick in. And one of those games that comes to mind is Stardew Valley.
Wow, great game.
All O-Name will be showing off an amazing glitched run. Why take hundreds of hours to beat a game when you can take 20 minutes?
Oh,
Wow.
Okay.
Despite all the exploits in the game, this is sure to be a comfy run. And speaking of comfy, Feasel, you're looking awfully cozy over there.
Why, yes, I am indeed. In honor of 2022 and the many number 2 games in this marathon, I present to you an ode to sequels, a poem about Mega Man 2. Oh, Mega Man 2, all dressed in blue, our valiant hero, here's an ode to you. Your glitches and zips and out of bounds, and collision detection nowhere to be found. From robot masters to Wily's lair, to the goodest of wood and the fastest of air. If jumping and shooting and climbing's your jam, then look no further than the second Mega Man.
Well, thank you, Feasel, for that powerful poem. And thank you, audience, for watching and learning about some of the runs that you can catch this week. And now it's time for AGDQ 2022 Online.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Throughout this week, we'll be raising money to benefit the Prevent Cancer Foundation, a fantastic charity centered around cancer prevention, research, and education. I'm Jay Hobbs, and I'm joined by Kizaron, Kung Fu Fruit Cup, Feasel, looking cozy by the fireside, and Spike Vegeta to quickly break down the schedule for all of you at home and tell you about some of the games that you can catch this week. So,
Wait, Hobbs, didn't you already said all that?
good one, Foo. That's Spike's cue. Your cue is later. So, anything from the schedule jumping out at anyone this week?
Well, Hobbs, you know what really creams my corn? The Tuesday night horror block. I got a good one for you here. Let's talk about Dead Rising.
Ooh.
This beloved, over-the-top, zombie spanking classic from Capcom is finally making its GDQ debut. Now, generally, this game works off a set amount of time that needs to pass in-game before you can finish it. However, with the new time skip mod, players and its community, the game, they're finally able to showcase off all of its fast skateboarding tech, riding bikes as they glitch through the air, and a final boss that they will defeat by literally spitting on it. Very disgusting, but I'm excited to see how it happens. One of the goofiest horror games of all time gets its shot Tuesday night.
You want to talk about goofy? Let's talk about Mega Mem 2 from the Awful Block. This is easily one of the most ambitious Mega Man games in Awful Block history. Between the MS Paint graphics, a soundtrack entirely comprised of kazoo, and grammar that will melt your brain, LV Creed will be taking us through a memorable experience.
Jeez.
Anyway, Kung Fu, anything stand out to you?
Well, since we're doing the same thing, I will mention another co-op game. We've already done Kingdom Hearts 2 and GeoGuessr. So, how about It Takes Two?
Yeah, great game.
You know,
Yes,
Yeah.
this Game of the Year puzzle platformer is literally built around cooperative play. So we have Who is Hyper and It's Bites working together to pull off some seriously cool movement that rivals some of the best platformers out there and show off a multitude of skips. So they will be working in tandem through this super fun game early Friday morning.
Well, hey, speaking of working in tandem, you know what's the complete opposite of that? Racing your mortal enemy on the big stage. That's right. We love to highlight races in the pre-show because they're just always a grand old time. Like Tetris, the Grand Master.
Oh my God, it's back.
Yeah, a Tetris game you can actually speedrun. We'll watch 4 titans of their craft. Pie Pusher 11, SPC, J Brahms, and Partyman X compete to reach the prestigious title of Grandmaster as quickly as they can. Be sure to block some time out for this one Friday night.
Amazing sounding race, Hobbs. Definitely the most savory of the week. But now, speaking of going fast, let's switch things into overdrive as we talk about Sonic 4 Episode 2, 2-player co-op with Amber and Argic, the AA batteries of the Sonic speedrunning community.
Wow.
I absolutely love both of these runners and personalities because they always bring the passion. They always bring the amazing commentary to Sonic speedruns here at GDQs. And now they're going to be bringing it in a rare co-op form to this GDQ in Sonic 4 Episode 2 with what they describe as the best way to experience this long-forgotten Sonic game.
Speaking of best experiences, we've learned throughout these events that casual games that you don't think you can go fast in, you can. And one of those games that comes to mind is Journey.
Ooh, good game.
Fantastic game. Yeah, and Nathan J is going to be showing off amazing movement in this run. Why take several hours to beat the game when you can take 20 minutes?
Wow. Okay.
Also very short.
Regardless of the fancy flying technique prevalent throughout this run, this is still going to be a very cozy run. And speaking of cozy, Feasel, you're looking awfully lavish.
Why, thank you for noticing. In honor of 2022 and the many number 2 games in the marathon, I present to you an ode to sequels, a poem about Half-Life 2. Oh, Half-Life 2, it's deja vu, another adventure with the science crew, backwards hopping with infinite speed, Clipping through walls, what fun indeed. Holding up items into the air and suddenly flying everywhere. And speaking of sequels, between me and you, if the rumors I've heard turn out to be true, by next year's marathon perhaps we'll see... Wait, that's it? I guess that's the end?
Well, thank you, Feasel, for that incomplete insight. And thank you, audience, for watching and learning about some of the games that you can catch this week. And now it's time for AGDQ 2022 Online.
Woo! Whoop, whoop.
Throughout this week, we'll be raising money to benefit the Prevent Cancer Foundation.
What's going on? This is the third time he said that.
Looking cozy by the fireside, and Spike Vegeta to quickly break.
Are they messing with me?
Catch this week. So, anything from the schedule jumping out at anyone?
Well, Hobbs, you know what really pops my tart? The
Tuesday night horror block?
Wow. Phew, how'd you know? Well, that was weird. But you know what's even weirder? Palon, Beyond the PN. Is it a horror game? Maybe. Is it sort of disturbing? Possibly. Is it probably the biggest meme of the entire marathon? Boy, howdy is it. The weirdest game in GDQ history gets its shot Tuesday night.
You want to talk about weird? What about The Simpsons, Bart's House of Weirdness in the Awful Block?
Oh,
I mean, it has weird in the title, so you know we're going on a trip. Fizu will be dealing with, is that right? Space mutants, football bombs, the undead, a billionaire, and being Bart Simpson. This run is sure to house some great times.
Every show.
What?
Anyway, food, anything standing out to you?
I've already been mentioning some co-op games, so go check them out. They're awesome. But okay, seriously, are you all messing with me?
Foo, we're live. Don't you want to tell us a little bit more about the co-op games you can find this week?
Hobbs, I've already talked about at least 3 of them. Like, you commented on them. I don't know what else you want me to say.
Well then, Kung Fu, what the hell? And speaking of hell, we've got a fantastic race of Hades.
Oh, that sounds great.
Tonus and Seagull running the all weapons category.
Wait, races again? Are you all feeling okay? Is it just me?
6-sounding race, Hobbs. Definitely part of a balanced breakfast. And speaking of going fast, let's switch things into overdrive and talk about everyone's childhood favorite Sonic game, Snolf Zero. You're basically playing Sonic 1, but you're a golf ball the entire time. Now, I don't know where Dole finds games
This
like
is weird, right?
I mean, Sonic as a golf ball? That's pretty par for the course.
Stop. Now I'm even more upset.
Are you okay, Foo?
No, you don't see what's happening? There's like the intro, the horror block, the races. Like, everybody's looping what they're saying over and over. It's killing me.
Like a death loop.
No, I'm serious. Watch. Fiesel's going to come in next with another poem.
I mean, yeah, Foo, it's in the script.
Ugh, no.
Why, yes, I do wear this hat normally. In honor of 2022 and the many number 2 games in this marathon, I present to you an ode to sequels, a poem about Uncharted 2. There's so much to learn from Uncharted 2 about safety and caution in all that you do, like clipping through walls and sometimes the ceiling, using only your head, which soon will lose feeling, and flinging yourself off a fast-moving train is perfectly safe if you just use your brain. If icy mountain cliffs are where you should climb, try walking on air, that surely saves time. Lessons like this should be taught us in school. It's more than a game, it's an educational tool.
Well, thank you, Feasel, for that explosive epic. And thank you, audience, for watching and learning about some of the runs that you can catch this week. And now it's time for
AGDQ 2022 online. Prevent Cancer Foundation is awesome. Support them. And then we're going to talk about all these great games happening all week. I'm sure Spike wants to talk about a game.
You know what really donuts my county? The Tuesday night horror.
No, Spike, listen. Okay, I know you love the Tuesday night horror block, but there's so many other good games in the marathon as well as those. Like, we have a Zelda bid war. We have all the bonus games you could donate toward. We have Kano Bridge of Spirits. We love Katamari.
Exactly, Foo. The scariest game of the marathon. We love Katamari. 1 minute, you're having a turkey sandwich. The next minute, a ball rolls up on top of you and says, hey, man, I'm living here now. You're part of a skyscraper.
Jeez.
It's really cool. This terrifying game rolls into your nightmares Tuesday night.
You want to talk about nightmares? Let's talk about Zelda's Adventure for the CDI.
Oh,
it's
God, no.
dangerous to go
Nope. And then we're going to talk about races, and then we're going to have Sonic again, and then Fiesel's going to come in. Actually, I like poems. Fiesel, I'd like to hear the poem.
Why, thank you, Keys. In honor of 2022 and the many number 2 games in this marathon, I present to you an ode to sequels, a poem about Splatoon 2. Such optimized movement, such speed and precision. Watching this run is an excellent decision. And don't get me wrong, that's all well and good, but we need to discuss something serious if you would. You should not splash ink all over the place and smear it around with your hands and your face. Swimming in ink can be bad for your health, which more than offsets the advantage of stealth. And one final point I can't stress enough. It's somebody's job to clean up all that stuff. I'm glad to be here by the fire, I confess, and not the one dealing with all of that mess.
Well, thank you, Fiesel.
Okay, we're done. It's over. It's time to watch the games. Game time now. Okay, here we go. Speed runs. All right, I'm out of here.
And now it's time for AGDQ 2022 online.
What the? Ugh, I gotta stop this somehow. We have speed runs to watch.
And Spike Vegeta to quickly
Nope,
break
everybody
down.
shut up. I'm trying to think.
Now, Fu, this is ridiculous.
I got it.
Throughout this week, we'll be raising money to benefit the Prevent Cancer Foundation. A fantastic
What day
charity.
is today? Is Keys' birthday? What a day for a birthday. Let's all have some cake.
You remembered.
So, anything from the schedule jumping out at anyone?
Oh, crap.
You know what really X's my Y? The Saturday afternoon poop bucket. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Super Mario Sunshine is my favorite game of all time. Wait a minute.
Speaking of awful video games,
Oh, crap.
Spider-Man sequels, there's been quite a few. Let's rank them in order. That'd be fun to do.
what?
Well, thank you, Fiesel, for that Spidey sonnet.
Crap.
Speaking of blood-sucking vampires, Castlevania Dracula X is a race on Thursday.
Amazing sounding race, Hobbs. Sounds like a real table flip.
Oh, crap.
And now it's time for AGDQ 2022 online. Throughout this week, we'll be raising money to benefit the Prevent Cancer Foundation. I'm Jay Hobbs, and I'm joined by Keysron, Kung Fu Fruit Cup, Fiesel by the Cozy Fireside, and Spike Vegeta.
Yo, Foo. Can I have some of that? I am starving.
Sure. I guess I don't care anymore.
Oh, I love you. Thank you
About
so much.
anything?
Oh, that peanut butter. Oh, it's so good. Something feels wrong. Have we done this already?
Wait. Yes. Spike. Yes, we've done this. Oh,
Hey,
my gosh.
We're trying to do the pre-show. Why are you eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
I don't know. I loathe how jam-packed that sandwich looks.
Oh, jeez.
Classic Keys. Always trying to do puns during the pre-show.
Yeah, I know. He's always. Wait. Spike. That's it. That was really funny, Keys.
It was?
Yeah, that was a really good.
Wow. Thanks, Foo. I've been working on that all week.
Uh-huh.
Where'd the sandwich come from?
You want a bite? Oh.
What is happening? We're trying to do the pre-show here. We got to tell everybody about the runs on the schedule.
No, Hobbs, I can fix this. Look, I'm gonna work it out.
Fix what?
Okay, look, everybody's having an issue. I'm sure Fiesel has something going on too. Fiesel.
In honor of 2022 and the many number 2 games in this marathon, I present to you an ode to sequels, a poem about Sonic Roboblast 2. A Sonic game according to name, but something about it looks not the same. Start with the Doom engine and then add Sonic, then turn up the speed until you panic. Then turn it up a little more as your stomach hits the floor, and spin the camera around so fast until your pants feel a Roboblast. The perfect game for after dinner Without a doubt, this one's a winner.
Okay, so Pants feeling a blast after dinner? I got it!
No, I got it. And now it's time for AGDQ 2022 online.
Woo!
Whoop, whoop.
Throughout this week, we'll be raising money to benefit the Prevent Cancer Foundation, a fantastic charity centered around cancer prevention, research, and education. I'm Jay Hobbs, and I'm joined by Kizaron, Kung Fu Fruit Cup, Feasel by the Cozy Fireside, and Spike Vegeta to quickly break down the schedule for all of you at home and talk about some of the runs that you can catch this week. So, anything from the schedule jumping out at anyone?
You know what, Hobbs? I do have a game I want to talk about. Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories for the PlayStation 1.
Ooh.
Listen. AGDQ and its games committee clearly have high standards for the awful block, considering this game is in the awesome games portion of the marathon.
Not wrong there.
So I'm 100% kidding. I actually adore this game, but it is absolutely brutal. All the ways it cheats and everything. All the RNG is absolutely awful. However, with the power of the 15-card mod and 2 players who know every single trick in the book, Skybills and our very own Kizaron will do their best to save Egypt on Friday morning.
Speaking of games with me in it, what about Pokemon Crystal this Wednesday morning?
Okay.
360 Chrism, Shenanigans _, and myself will be doing a key item randomizer. Key items such as HMO3 Surf and the Pokegear will be shuffled around, while trainers' Pokemon and their learn sets will be completely randomized. We might be going in 360s, but our shenanigans will surely lead to the keys to our success. Thanks, Boo.
That was really fun.
I worked on that all week.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Anyway, food, anything stand out to you?
You know, I would love to talk about one of the blindfolded runs coming up this week, which is Sekiro. Yes.
All right.
Now, this is the only From Software game to be completed entirely blindfolded. Needless to say, we're all going to be flabbergasted as Mitch Riz runs this in just under 3 hours.
Wow.
On Saturday evening, right? Which is more than I'm sure any of us could do casually without a
100%,
blindfold.
Yeah.
Now, this is happening Saturday evening, and I think this will leave you all with a new perspective on things, which I feel like we're all experiencing and here at the moment. Hobbs, anything you'd like to mention?
Well, with everything running so smoothly, I can't help but be reminded of the smooth movement of Donkey Kong Country 2.
Yes.
A 4-way race of this classic Kong's Quest, top-tier runners Eason, Void, SPD Wolf, and Tonkatsu will be rolling around at the speed of Diddy in just the 3rd run of this marathon. That's right, if you stick around for about 3 more hours, you can catch this one.
Yes, make sure to stick around and see that today. And now we are going to let Feasel go ahead and use the restroom while I read a poem about Deathloop.
You don't have to ask me twice.
Going around in circles again and again can be quite a challenge, even with friends. Breaking the cycle by using the clues and starting all over each time you lose. This may seem familiar if you're paying attention. Oh, one other thing we forgot to mention. Deathloop is a game in the marathon this week, whose premise and goal is rather unique. If you haven't played it, then in your defense, this pre-show probably does not make sense. So please stick around, you won't want to miss. Happening later today, if I can finally end this.
That was beautiful.
Agreed. Poems really are the best.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Foo, for that loopy limerick. And thank you, audience, for watching and learning about some of the runs that you can catch this week. And now it's time for AGDQ 2022 online. But before I throw it up to the front, I wanted to take a moment to thank my entire team, both behind the camera and those of you here in front of it, for really taking all the stress off my back, letting things run smoothly.
Good, you're welcome. All right. We are going to hand it over to the front. Let's get ready to see some speed runs. Have a great week, everyone.
Woo-hoo! Yeah.
You know what I love about Tuesdays?
Oh, no. No!
Taco Tuesday. Who's hungry?
Hello, everyone, and welcome again to Awesome Games Done Quick, this time in the year 2022. We've got a jam-packed schedule, which I'm sure many of you have seen online already, and I don't want to waste any time getting to those runs. But first, we have Jody from the Prevent Cancer Foundation here with us. Jody, you want to speak for a moment?
Hi everyone. I'm Jody Hoyos, President and Chief Operating Officer of the Prevent Cancer Foundation, and I am thrilled to be here with you guys this year. I just want to take a minute to give our appreciation for all of you that are watching online, that are volunteering for this event and supporting this event. It means so much to the work that we're doing. We work every day to fulfill the mission of saving lives across all populations through cancer prevention and early detection. And the donations that you guys contribute make a huge difference in our ability to create a world where no one dies of cancer. So thank you so much and have a great week.
All right. And with that, we're ready to get to the run. We've got Axel Sango running Neo 2. So let's cut right to it.
All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to HDQ. We have this awesome game called Neo 2, or Neo 2 if you want to be a bit more specific with the pronunciation. And yeah, we're starting this. And while I'm starting the file, I'll explain it. What? All right.
Hello and welcome to Awesome Games Done Quick 2022 online. First up run, we have Neo 2 by Axel with the Any Percent Featherless run. We're gonna get that going in just a second. While we get set up, I have a couple of donations I'd like to read for y'all. To kick us off, we have a $1,000 donation from Mott that says, how fast can we break the donation total from 10 years ago? Can we do it before the runs even start? Let's see. Thank you so much for that. We have $20.22 from Chair Morg that says 2022 for the start of AGDQ 2022. Sad we can't still meet up in person to watch, but hope everyone has a continued safety and enjoys runs. All right, it looks like we're ready to go. Here is Neo 2, Any Percent Featherless by Axel Sango. Take it away.